Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanes has just taken a series of twists and turns that are more dramatic than a season finale. For years, we watched Megan have to defend herself, her character, and her truth in the face of relentless online attacks while she was the victim of a crime. But the tables have turned. The main trial is over, the verdict is in, and now Megan is officially on the offensive. She is not just coming for one person, she is coming for what her legal team alleges is an entire network built to discredit her. We're talking defamation lawsuits, secret sources being hunted down, and a legal move from Tory Lanes that has my eyebrows raised all the way to the back of my head. Get ready, because we are diving deep into this legal chess match. Everyone, we need to have a serious talk, because the fallout from the Tory Lanes trial, a trial that was already one of the most polarizing and intense celebrity court cases we've ever seen, is continuing to unfold in ways that are getting more and more complex. Megan Thee Stallion has made it abundantly clear that the conviction and sentencing of Tory Lanes was not the final chapter for her. It was justice for the crime. Yes, but it didn't address the years of what she endured in the court of public opinion. Now, she is laser focused on holding people accountable for what she alleges was a coordinated multi-year campaign to smear her name, gaslight the public, and discredit her throughout that entire ordeal. And believe me when I tell you, she is casting a very, very wide net. This story, as it is unfolding now, involves a trifecta of personalities, a blogger, a prominent podcaster and media personality, and Tory Lanes himself from prison. Megan's legal team is meticulously working to connect the dots between all three, and it is absolutely fascinating to watch this legal strategy play out in real time. So, let's break this down piece by piece, because you need to understand each moving part to see the full intricate picture of what's happening and why it is so significant. So the first and central piece of this entire puzzle is a defamation lawsuit. Now, before we get into the juicy details, let's just quickly get on the same page about what that means. A defamation lawsuit isn't just about someone saying mean things about you online. To win a case like this, especially as a public figure, Megan's team has to prove a few key things: that the statements made about her were false, that they were presented as fact, that they caused tangible harm to her reputation and well-being, and this is the big one, that they were made with actual malice. That means the person either knew the statements were false when they said them, or they acted with a reckless disregard for the truth. It is a high bar to clear. With that in mind, Megan Thee Stallion has filed this civil suit against a blogger named Milagro Gramz, whose legal name is Milagro Cooper. And let me tell you, the accusations in this lawsuit are not playing games. They paint a picture of a targeted, malicious, and allegedly coordinated campaign. According to the lawsuit, Megan is accusing this blogger of being, and I have to quote this directly because the language is so specific and so powerful, a mouthpiece and puppet for Mr. Peterson, who, as we know, is Tory Lanes, a mouthpiece and a puppet. Let's just sit with those words for a second. That is an incredibly serious allegation. It's not just saying you're a fan or you have a strong opinion. That is alleging that you are acting on behalf of someone else, essentially as their agent, to carry out their agenda. It implies a level of coordination and possibly even compensation that takes this far beyond simple online commentary. The litigation goes on to claim that Cooper would do, quote, Mr. Peterson's public bidding to denigrate, belittle, insult, and spread false statements about Miss Pete on her online social media platforms. And what was the alleged reason for all of this? The lawsuit lays it out clearly. It was for, quote, no other reason than to bully, harass, and punish Miss Pete for Mr. Peterson's conviction and to tarnish her reputation, causing emotional distress. I mean, let that sink in. This lawsuit is essentially alleging a conspiracy to defame. It's alleging that Tory Lanes from behind bars was using this blogger as a proxy to continue the harassment campaign against Megan that he could no longer wage himself directly. And the specific things this blogger is accused of doing are they're shocking. This isn't just about posting free Tory comments. The lawsuit accuses Cooper of sharing a deepfake pornographic video of Megan in June 2024. Can we just pause there for a second? The creation and distribution of non-consensual deepfake pornography is a disgusting and profoundly violating act. It is a modern digital form of sexual assault designed to humiliate and degrade, and it is a weapon that is increasingly being used against women, particularly black women, in the public eye. The fact that this is a central claim in the lawsuit shows the level of severity we are talking about here. On top of that horrifying allegation, the suit claims Cooper alleged that Megan had a drinking problem, a classic tactic used to discredit a woman's testimony by painting her as unstable or unreliable. And perhaps most cruelly, the lawsuit accuses the blogger of attempting to pull information on Megan's late father. This goes so far beyond online commentary or debating a court case. This is digging into personal grief, into family, into areas that are sacred. It's designed to inflict maximum emotional pain. So, Megan is suing this blogger, alleging she is a key player and a paid soldier in this whole smear campaign. And it is the foundation for everything else that is happening. Okay, so if you're trying to prove in court that there was a coordinated campaign, you need to show the coordination, right? You need evidence. You need to connect the dots. And that brings us to the second major player in this legal drama, DJ Akademiks. Now, anyone who has followed this case, even casually, knows that DJ Akademiks has been a central figure in the online discourse. From the very beginning, he has used his massive platform to express doubt about Megan's account, to platform theories that contradicted the prosecution, and generally to be one of the most prominent voices in the online sphere questioning the official narrative. But this new legal move from Megan's team isn't about his opinions. It is about something very specific that he did. Back in 2022, before the trial even started, DJ Akademiks went online and shared information about the case. But it wasn't just a rumor or a hot take. He shared specific details about DNA evidence that was allegedly found on the weapon used in the shooting. The crucial part, the legal documents containing that information were sealed at the time. Let me explain for a second why that is a gigantic deal. Courts seal documents for very important reasons. It is to protect the integrity of a trial, to prevent sensitive information from influencing potential jurors, to protect the privacy of those involved, and to ensure that the legal process can play out fairly without media circuses. When someone leaks sealed documents, they are not just sharing gossip. They are actively interfering with the administration of justice. It can get people in serious trouble. So for years, the million-dollar question has been, how did DJ Akademiks get his hands on sealed court documents? Who was his source? And now, Megan's legal team is taking decisive action to find out. They have filed a motion to compel DJ Akademiks to testify under oath in this civil trial against the blogger. They want to put him on the stand, and they want him to answer that one specific question: who gave you those documents? This is a brilliant legal chess move. Megan's team is betting that the identity of that source is the key that unlocks their entire case. If the source is someone from Tory Lanes' legal team, for example, that lawyer could face disbarment. If the source was Tory Lanes himself, it would be a direct line connecting him to the effort to manipulate the public narrative before the trial. They believe Akademiks is a key witness who can expose a critical link in the alleged network. Now, what does Akademiks have to say about this? Well, when he sat down for a meeting with Megan's lawyers back in August, he played it cool. He stood firm on journalistic principles, stating he would, quote, never reveal his source. But then he added a very important little escape hatch, unless he was legally forced to do so under a court order. And well, wouldn't you know it, that is exactly what Megan's team is trying to get now. They are calling his bluff. They are saying, okay, you want a court order, we'll get you a court order. It's a legal showdown. Will he risk contempt of court to protect his source, or will he comply with the judge's order? We are about to find out. And it is a high-stakes gamble. So, we have the lawsuit against the alleged puppet. We have the legal move to force the podcaster to reveal his source, which could lead back to the center. It's all pointing towards one central figure, right? So, what is Tory Lanes, the man at the center of all these allegations, doing in response to all this heat? This is the part that had me literally laughing out loud from the sheer, unmitigated audacity of it. While Megan is building this case that puts him at the heart of an alleged conspiracy, Tory Lanes has filed a legal motion for a protective order. And what is he seeking protection from? From being involved in this lawsuit. I cannot make this up. Let me get this straight. Megan files a lawsuit saying, this blogger is your puppet and is doing your bidding. And Tory's legal response is to file a document with the court that basically says, Your Honor, with all due respect, please make them leave me out of this conversation. This has nothing to do with me. It is the legal equivalent of seeing your friends get in trouble for something you all did, and then slowly backing away into a bush. It is an incredible move. Let's look at the legal language from his motion because it is wild. The filing says that Tory Lanes, referred to as Mr. Peterson, is an incarcerated non-party in the case, and that being forced to give a deposition would cause him, quote, undue burden, prejudice to his ongoing criminal appeal, and constitutional risks. Let's break down that legal speak. Undue burden is him essentially saying, hey, I am in prison. It is a real hassle to get me on a video call for a deposition. It is a procedural argument. But the next part, prejudice to his ongoing criminal appeal, is the real meat of his argument. His lawyers are arguing that if he is forced to answer questions under oath in this civil case about his involvement with this blogger, the answers he gives could potentially be used against him as he tries to appeal his criminal conviction. He is trying to invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. But in the court of public opinion, the optics are they're terrible. The entire lawsuit is about him. It accuses him of being the puppet master, and his first move is to legally try and distance himself from it as far as possible. He is actively trying to avoid being questioned about his potential involvement with the very blogger Megan is suing. You have to ask yourself the logical question: if the allegations in the lawsuit are completely false, and this blogger has absolutely nothing to do with you, why not welcome the opportunity to say that under oath in a deposition? Why not just say, I don't know this person, I never paid them, I never coordinated with them? Why file a complicated legal motion to avoid the conversation entirely? It is a move that, whether legally sound or not, certainly raises a lot of questions for the public watching this unfold. The motion asks the court to, quote, barring improper non-party deposition or alternatively limiting discovery. He wants out. And there you have it. That's the full chessboard as it stands today. Megan is on the attack, building her case brick by brick. She is cornering the blogger. She is pressuring the podcaster to reveal his source. And now, the person she alleges is at the center of it all, is trying to build a legal wall around himself. This is far from over. What a tangled legal web. This has evolved from a criminal case into a multi-front civil battle. And it is honestly one of the most compelling and complex things happening in pop culture right now. It is a story about justice, accountability, and the power of online narratives. What do you guys think of this three-pronged strategy from Megan's team? And what about Tory's move to get a protective order? Does it look suspicious to you, or is it just a smart defendant playing legal hardball? I need to hear all of your thoughts on this one. Drop them in the comments below. Let's have a real discussion, as always. Thank you for breaking it down with me here on Extra Hot Topic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next update in this saga. I am your host, and I'll see you in the next video.